I never touched keyboard before. I never using computer before. And I say, what is internet? He said, Jack, search whatever you want on the internet. I said, how can I search? What does search mean? He said, just a type. I said, I don't want to type. Computer is so expensive in China, I don't want to destroy it. He said, it's not a bomb.
15 years ago, in my apartment, my wife was at that time one of the 18 founders. I asked her, do you want your husband to be a rich person? I never said rich person in China, rich person in Hangzhou. Or you want to be your husband to be a respected person? She said, of course respected, because she never believed, and I don't believe we'll be rich people. We just want to survive.
And we make things changing. So tell the consumers, say, this T-shirt, you buy on Taobao, maybe $30 or $15. You buy on a shop, $150. Not because Taobao selling cheaper, because that shop sells too expensive.
When KFC came to China, come to my city, 24 people went for the job. 23 people were accepted. I was the only one guy. And we went for police. 5 people, 4 of them accepted. I was the only guy that I received it.
The owner of the soccer team really made me drunken that night. He said, Jack, please enter the soccer business. But I know nothing about the soccer. But I just to see China soccer team, China soccer team, too bad. It's so difficult to make it even worse. So make it better is better. But I think the thing I like is that the soccer is supposed to make 11 people play like a one person. But in China, when you see 11 people, they play like 110 people. So many stories about big companies giving trouble. And I see the society, the government pay too much attention to these big troublemakers. They are the troublemakers. And we give them enough support. Let them die. It's the time for them to die because they make troubles. And I believe Chinese company come to U.S. doing business also facing big problems. I don't see any very successful Chinese companies in USA. I mean, that we come here in the USA. Is there any famous Chinese companies that come to USA or European that is very good?
Huawei.
Lenovo? Do you call that successful?
When I was trying to pay the bill, the owner of the restaurant came to say, sir, your bill is paid by someone. And the small note say, hey, Mr. Ma, I'm your customer of Alibaba Group, Alibaba platform. I made a lot of money, and I know you don't make any money. I pay the bill for you.
Startup Stories in association with Olook.in.
We keep our dreams. We believe it. No matter how big your dream is, make small, tiny steps ahead.
When I graduated from universities, and before for 3 years I tried to fill in the universities. So I applied jobs for 30 times, got rejected. I went for a police, they said, no, you're not good. I applied for Harvard for 10 times, rejected. Today, a lot of young people lose hope, lose vision, and start to complain. Because we also have the same period. Because when it's not a good feeling being rejected by so many people. We also depressed, but at least later we find the world has a lot of opportunity. How you see the world, how you catch the opportunity. We don't have a rich father, powerful uncle. We don't have $1 from bank, 1 cent from government. Just work as a team.
Because most of the people, they have a fancy ideas in the day. When they wake up in the morning, they go back to do the same job. we have to do something different. So from there, I started my business borrowing $2,000 from my relatives and friends. So 1999, I started Alibaba in my apartment.
People say, Alibaba model is terrible. Does not make money, have this and that, all the big bad things because Amazon is better, eBay is better, Google is better. And there's no such model like Alibaba in the USA. So I told myself and people, we were better than people thought.
And those people who are expert of riding horses, they all fall down and I'm still surviving.
So many people I talked to at that time for Alipay, they say, this is the stupidest idea you have ever got. Now we have 800 million people using this Alipay.
My advice to the young people, any mistake is an income, is a wonderful revenue for you. So I told myself and told my young people, before 20 years old, be a good student. When you do entrepreneur, just learn some experience. Before 30 years old, follow somebody. Go to a small company. Normally in a big company, it is good to learn processing. You are a part of a big machine. But when you go to a small company, you learn the passion, you learn the dreams. You learn how to do a lot of things at one time. So before 30 years old, it's not which company you go, it's which boss you follow. It's very important. A good boss teaches you differently. From 30 to 40 years old, you have to think very clearly. You're working for yourself if you really want to be an entrepreneur. When you're 40 to 50 years old, you have to do all the things that you are good at. Don't try to jump into the new area. It's too late. You may be successful, but the rate of dying is too big. So 40 to 50, think about how can focus on things that you are good at. But when you are 50 to 60 years old, work for the young people because young people can do better than you. So rely on them, invest on them, making sure they're good. I was the first, I know nothing about technology. I know nothing about management. I know nothing about, but the only thing is that you don't have to know a lot of things. You have to find the people who are smarter than you are. For so many years, I always try to find the people smarter than I am. And when you find so many smart people, my job is to make sure the smart people can work it together. And then if smart people can work it together, it's easier. The vision they will believe. Because if stupid people can work it together easily, smart people can never work together. When you are 20 to 30 years old, you should follow a good boss, join a good company to learn how to do things properly. When you're 30 to 40 years old, if you want to do something yourself, just do it. You still can't afford to lose, to fail. But when you're 40 to 50 years old, my suggestion is that you should do things that you are good at, right? And not do things that, oh, that's very interesting, I want to try something new. It's a bit dangerous more. When you're 50 to 60 years old, spending time training and developing young people, the next generation. When you're over 60 years old, better stay with your grandchildren. I think globalization cannot be stopped. Nobody can stop globalization. Nobody can stop trade. I think globalization did a fantastic job in the past 30 years. Enriched a lot of countries, but of course, caused a lot of problems. Right? Young people do not have opportunities. Small business have not opportunities. Developing countries were neglected. But it's only 30 years. It's a baby. Today, we have a better technology. We have a better knowledge about globalization. And it's our generation's responsibility or opportunity to improve it. Tell me, how can you stop globalization? Education, it's a big challenge now. If we do not change the way we teach, 30 years later we'll be in trouble. Because the way we teach, the thing we teach our kids are the things the past 200 years is knowledge-based. And we cannot teach our kids to compete with machine who is smarter. We have to teach something unique. That is, machine can never catch up with us. I never thought I could be a CEO. I never thought later I'd become a good CEO. One of the things I learned is from teachers. As a teacher, very important character of a teacher is the teacher always expects his students better. If you don't have this kind of thinking, it's a lousy, it's a terrible teacher.